That'll work, probably, hopefully. Hey, Liz, this is Mr. Reality, and I'm joined with Liz Cross and 45 people, and Liz is going to answer questions live for all of you Patreon subscribers. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Liz.
Hey, so I don't know why. I just had this burst of energy, and I thought, you know what? I think I'll do a live show. So here we are. Here we are. Everybody's like, when are you going to schedule your live show? It's hard to schedule in because if I say I'm going to do a live show on a particular date, and what happens if I have a headache or something, then I'm on the hook for a live show and I can't possibly fulfill my obligation.
So to keep things tight, I would recommend asking one question and then moving on to the next so that Liz can get to as many people as we want. We've already got 37 people with their hand raised. So
I know, and they've already sent me the questions by email, actually. So
you want to go ahead and read through those first?
Yes, if you don't mind, please. All right, so the first one is from Can't Stop, Won't Stop, who I have to give a big shout out to, guys. Can't Stop, Won't Stop comes up with some amaze ball probes, seriously. And the way he structures them, they're always so concise. He tells you exactly what to do, who to probe, what to ask. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Is he in the room?
Yes.
Where's
I'm in the room.
Hey, there he is. All right. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. How are you doing?
Doing okay. A little under the weather, but I'll make it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. So here's your question. Friday, I interviewed for a job teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA at a boxing gym. So we all know who we don't want to get in a fight with. In the evenings after my day job, should I accept this job if offered? So I'm going to pull in your mother. She says you can find something that pays more. Okay. If you're going to spend time doing it. But I'm saying to your mom, hey, he really enjoys this. And she says, yes, I know. I do believe you will get the job offer. Okay. Should he accept it? I'm getting a thumbs up. But I would still keep looking. This is what I'm getting for you. Just keep your options open. Okay. I know you enjoy that, but keep your options open because right now you need money. Okay. This is not something that I know this is a hobby and a really good hobby for you, but at the end of the day, you need to start stockpiling cash. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Okay. Fabulous. And what is my purpose for this incarnation? All right, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to look into a past life for you to see if we get a message. Okay, so I see you. Past life, you're stranded on an island, actually. Your boat or your ship has wrecked. You were the only one that survived. And you are, I see you very clearly on the beach. You're actually like, you've made a knife type instrument, right? You've managed to like make little things to help you. And you're actually cutting open the turtle shell in order to cook the the meat of the turtle. So you're surviving, you're trying to excuse me, you're trying to fend for yourself, and you don't know how long you're going to be on this island. You're totally lost and confused, and your future seems so uncertain. And you sit there on the island, and you have like tried smoke signals for other passing ships, things like that. They can't see you. This is going way, way back. And nobody comes to find you. And you actually end up dying all alone on that island. You lay down, you felt ill, you laid down in the sun on the sand, and you passed away. So let's ask, what is the purpose? Is to find your way home. Your purpose in this lifetime and many lifetimes that you've had previously is to find your way home. And that is to cross over, not saying you should do anything stupid. We would never advocate for that. But you want to be able to cross over knowing that when you get to the other side, you have accomplished everything in this lifetime that you wanted to, and you are actually quite content and ready to go. Because when you left that last lifetime, you're like, wait a minute, what happened? I didn't even get to, do anything. I ended up stuck here. This is very unfair. I'm very confused. I can't find my way. I haven't accomplished anything. You were very religious in that lifetime, actually. In this lifetime, you're obviously very spiritual. And it's about finding spirituality, finding, and this is for everybody, self-love, self-worth, and finding your way home and being content with it. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. It really does.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for your question.
Thank you for your
Thank you,
question.
Liz, Ronan.
Thanks. Go ahead, Liz. Next one.
All right, thank you. Next one is from Karen C. Karen C. I think she's here.
I sure am.
Yay! There she is. Hi, Karen.
Hi. Hi, Liz. Hi, Ronan. Thanks for taking my question.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for being here. Your question is, when I was young and attending camp, I woke up with a blue rose on my neck. I have no idea how this happened, why, and who put it there, and how does this apply to the rest of my life? Ooh, okay. The blue rose on the neck. You know what? Your spirit team put that blue rose on your neck. That was an awakening moment for you.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if this was a religious camp. I feel like there were some religious elements to this camp, and it really was to advise you, A, to trust your gut. I don't think you've ever gelled well with religion. I've always think that you have some sort of meter internally going on, like, this may not be the best information. I'll listen to it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was like to trust your gut. We are listening. We are with you, and you're going to find your way. So that's what this is about. And I feel like that blue rose is your symbol from your spirit team, is what they're telling me. You will always know that you're on the right path when you get the sign of the blue rose. Do you understand that?
I do, and I can't remember if I've seen a blue rose lately, but to confirm what you're saying, I was actually attending a Bible camp. And the funny thing is I remember at Bible camp, they said Satan used to be an angel and fell from earth. No, sorry, they were saying you can't do anything wrong in heaven. And I said, well, how could Lucifer fall to earth, or to hell or whatever? Because he sinned, right? And they said, don't question God or something like that. And so I was always the rebel.
Oh, well, that was your spirit team, like basically saying, you need to go with your gut. This is not the be all and end all of information.
Yeah.
And that you really have to trust your gut instincts. I feel like you were in that camp because whoever put you there thought that they were doing a good thing for you. But you've always known that this is not right. And I actually have the same problem. Whenever I have, gone to church, British people are not very religious, right? So, of course, my, parents are British. We didn't go to church. We just didn't. But sometimes we would get invited, and I'm like, even as a kid, this information is wrong. The very few amount of times that I did go to church, I'm like, no, this is wrong. So anyway, yeah. So blue rose is your sign. I think that's very promising.
I hope so, because I've had the same thoughts about like exactly what you're saying, that it was a sign from spirit team, and somehow it's a sign saying like, we're here.
Thank you.
You're right. Yeah.
All right, Liz, you want to read the next one, or should we call on hands up?
Do a hand up, please.
Okay, Stephanie Clark is waiting for the Great Pumpkin. Stephanie, go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. This is awesome. So many questions, but the one that's really important right now to me, I just was wondering if you could give me some insight into the general health of my mom. I'm her primary caregiver, and she's getting quite elderly, and it's just very concerning.
Liver. She has a problem with her liver. That is the most prominent issue at the moment. The liver has significantly slowed down. It has, it's problematic. So I would do things that are really light on the liver. But I do feel like she has a bit of a liver disease.
Like cancer, liver disease?
No,
Oh.
not to scare you like that. No, like just over the years, just general damage,
Okay.
over
Okay.
the years. And maybe she's on a lot of medication, because a lot of medication can damage the liver too. The liver has to metabolize it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. You have a nice evening. Thank you.
Stephanie.
My pleasure.
I hope you see the Great
All right. So I've got a question here from Anna Maria in the UK. She may not be here because it's probably very late. It's past midnight over there. Hi, Liz. I'm very grateful for this opportunity you are giving us. My name is Anna Maria from the UK, and I have recently been a victim of a love scammer. I emailed about it not too long ago, and you said he was a scammer, and you were right. Oh, okay. I would like to know, what's the life lesson for me regarding this experience? What am I doing wrong with men? Oh my goodness. Wow. So first of all, the life lesson was to highlight how vulnerable you are when it comes to attracting a partner. It's like you take every word for face value. Obviously, now we know that this scammer was in the picture. You're too trusting. You're not suspicious. You believe every word that any man says to you, and you don't have firm boundaries. So this was to highlight how vulnerable you are. And I would suggest that you really start putting in firm boundaries. I mean, I know that when the dopamine and the oxytocin or whatever's, swirling around in there, we tend to just push all the red flags aside. And, this is about, you don't need to look outside of yourself to find the love you deserve. You actually have this love within. So now the next question is, can you tell me how I'm going to meet my partner? I don't think that you are going to meet.
I have an opportunity. I should have asked a lot of questions.
But sorry. Can you mute her, please? So I don't feel like she's going to meet her partner, Ronan, not anytime soon. She has to put in these firm boundaries, stand on her own 2 feet, and not appear vulnerable. She has to be suspicious. Does that make sense, Ronan? Is that good to answer?
Sure, I think so. Jenna, you're up with your question for Liz. Thanks. Jenna, it's your turn. Your hand is up. You're next.
She may not be there. If she doesn't unmute, we can skip to the next one. All right, skip to the next one. When
All
she
right, D,
figures
you're awake. Go ahead. Let's hope.
D. There she is.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Hey, kids, how are you? I don't remember my question.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh no.
I-
Oh no.
You asked me to put them, you asked all of us to put them in Patreon. You said you had a list.
Okay, you're right. Is it on the Patreon? Okay, I've been reading the email. Let me go to the Patreon. Anyway,
Sorry.
so your past life reading, just quickly while I'm looking for this, was actually
I was looking for my purpose. That's or vocation, I think was one of them.
Okay, here we go. So yes, it was your purpose, your third career. Is that correct?
Yeah, I get bored, so it's time to move on. Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. First of all, let me get this one because this is coming through strongly. Considering litigation against my landlord for many incidents here, I'm getting a no on that. I feel that if you did that, your life would become even, more difficult. I think
Yeah.
that there's an element of sabotage. I feel like your landlord is not above board, actually has a lot of money that he doesn't report on taxes. So no.
Yeah, it's the mob. Oops, did I think that out loud?
Sorry, what did you say? It's the mob. Okay. So you're running from the mob. Okay, that's a red flag.
Yes, it would be.
So that's why they're not paying, because I got that very clearly. They're not paying taxes, like they're not above board. And yeah, they will come and sabotage. And if you start becoming a problem, they could actually harm you. So the other question was your third career. I'm more interested in my purpose. So have you started your third career now? Is she still there? I've lost her.
He muted. for some
Okay.
reason.
All right. So, well, that's okay. I can answer. So the purpose, your purpose is to find your true happiness. You've never been at peace. Okay. And I'm sure that will make sense. That's what I'm getting from your soul. It's to find.
I'm here.
Oh, there she is. To find your peace, to find a way to just exist in a sea of peace. Like you've never had that. You've always been in survival mode. You go from one crisis to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next.
Yeah.
And it's time to find your peace. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sandra wants to know, what's the best way that I can strengthen my connection with my divine team?
And who is this, Sandra?
Sandra.
Oh, okay. Hi, Sandra. The best
Hey.
way to strengthen your connection to your divine team. Okay. For you, it's about connecting. I've never had this before. Connecting to your solar plexus. I feel like your solar plexus is your strongest chakra that you can communicate through, and you can reach your divine team through your solar plexus. Does that make sense?
Awesome. Yes, thank you.
Well, you're so welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, Ronan, who's next?
All right. Let's see if we can
You got
get
another one?
Jenna. Jenna, you want to try again? Press
Can you
button.
hear me?
Yes.
Hi,
you're up.
Jenna.
Hi. Sorry. I have fat fingers. I couldn't find the unmute. Liz, I wanted to ask you about my life purpose, but I don't know if you can notice, but my voice is kind of hoarse. This is the third time I've had problems with my voice, and I'm going to see the doctor again for the third time. I thought maybe you could tell me what's wrong with my throat.
Well, with that voice, that sexy voice, you need to be a singer.
I know, right? Because when I
Whoop.
called for an appointment, I was like, I kind of like it. And she's like, I kind of like it too.
That's so funny. Oh my God, what is going on with your voice? It's a blockage. You have always had a problem with communicating, okay? And the problem with your voice is it's to highlight that you have this communication problem. You do not tell people how you really feel. You push things down. You try to smooth it over. And instead of communicating your needs effectively, their needs come first. Do you understand that?
I do, because whenever I spoke my mind, I lost people out of my life, like instantly. So most of the important people in my life are gone because I spoke, and they didn't like either what they heard or what was going on. I don't know.
Well, people will naturally, as
And for
you're
nothing, like it wasn't huge things; it was dumb things. So I don't know.
it always is. But people will naturally offload themselves whenever we're going into a transition period. They naturally. I've had this happen so many times, right? Not because I voiced an opinion. I was even. I tell you what, honest to God, hand on heart. Earlier on in the year, all I had to do was send a text message. Hey, how are you? Don't talk to me. I'm blocking you. What? I'm like, why? And now I understand why. It was, I'm in a transitional phase and these people have to naturally offload from me. And I get that. I've been through this so many times and that's fine. So that's what happens. But it's also about being able to communicate your needs effectively. And how you're going to do that is you have trapped emotions there in your throat. I would focus on those trapped emotions and start working on releasing them.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you,
But
Jenna.
we like your voice, Jenna. Thank you.
Anybody want me to read their audiobook before I go to the doctor?
Roberta, go ahead. Thanks, Jenna.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can. Dawn, how are you?
Up and down. Did you get my questions? Do I need to repeat them?
Let's see. Can you just give me your most important one, please, ma'am?
About the cabin. My son-in-law is took over my brother's estate, and the cabin up in Mount Rainier. It's not selling, and he's worried about the cold weather, damp weather coming. Wondering what you can pick up on that, and if you can see when it might actually sell.
So, George Duisman, the creator of CTT, lived at sort of the base of Mount Rainier, and he always had a problem. He had like a little cabin or shack. He didn't need much in life, and he always had a problem with dampness. Always, 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 especially in the wintertime.
Yes, that's why it needs to sell.
Oh, make it somebody else's problem. I don't see it selling this winter. I don't. I think it's going to be next spring. I feel what I'm getting is this is more of a holiday home for people. So this is something that people would consider a getaway, a weekend getaway place or a holiday home. And
Right.
that they are not willing to get mortgages right now because of the interest rate, because it's a luxury item, they're holding on to their money. So I think there's going to be a problem selling this cabin, and I don't see it selling until next spring.
It's they're asking cash for it because it would need to have some stabilization done. It was not built to code, but it's got a lot of land. Any way to speed up that? No. He's gonna have to get some heat in there then, I guess, to protect it this winter. Darn.
He is. And I know George used to have a fireplace, and he had his fireplace going all winter.
Well, problem is nobody lives up there. We're all way from there. So we're going to have to work that one out. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. Thank you.
Spectrum is
Bye.
on their way, so I don't know how much longer I have. When I'm at leave, you'll be the host and you'll want to press record. Roberta, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
And Hilda, if you can unmute. How you doing, Hilda?
Hello, good night.
Oh, it's our friend Hilda. Hey, Enid, you tell everybody again, just quickly, about your back. How is your back?
Very nice, very nice. Well, in the last live show, I asked about my health. You tell me I need to talk to my soul to leave me work and release the pain. So I do the CCT. I keep doing it. And about 3 weeks, I am free of pain.
Mm.
Very nice. Before, when the doctor asked me in the scale 1 to 10, always say 15. Now
Oh my
you
God.
can ask me and I can tell you 0.5 maybe.
Wow. Between 2 and 5?
0.5.
Oh, 0.5. Oh my God.
Yes.
That's amazing. Thank you
It's
for sharing
fantastic.
that.
Yeah, no problem. I'm very happy. Well, this night I was thinking about, I have problem with my daughter. She don't want to talk to me.
Mm.
I was thinking, it's gonna be some time we are going to share our life together again.
So here's what I'm getting for you. Just as you work the magic for yourself by talking to your soul, you can
Mm-hmm.
work the magic by talking to your daughter's soul and doing that same CTT tapping, and just stick with it.
Okay.
For some
Oh,
reason, the magic number, folks, on the affirmation tail ender process is 3 weeks.
that's
I don't
correct.
know why, but it is. Now, earlier in the week, I tell you, we've had a phenomenal week with information. So earlier in the week, we got that 3. The number 3 is connected directly to source. Source is basically number 3. Okay. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
have to probe that even further. In fact, I'll ask for questions on that. So, yes, the 3 is the magic number. So I would say 3 times a day minimum for at least
Okay.
3 weeks.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you. Love you. Good night.
You too, my darling. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Bye, Ronan.
Okay, Ronan, I got a question here. This says, and I like this question. This is from Susan. She says, will some places in the USA be safer to live in than others? And I'm not sure of the time period on this, but yes, I feel as we're going forward, I tell you, we did some probes today, right? This election cycle, this election year is going to be hell for those of us in the USA. It's going to be a mudslinging, corruption expose bloodbath. And does that mean people are going to be killed on the streets? No. But what I am getting is to really get out of the cities. I do a lot of readings for people in cities because obviously they're just, I don't know, they have a lot more issues, I guess. But I do a lot of readings for people in cities. I've got some people in some of these big cities around the country now that will not go out after 5 p.m. It's so dangerous, right? So San Francisco, parts of LA, New York is becoming a hellhole. And I'm getting this feedback from many people. You've got Philadelphia. So I would stay away from these cities. Now, in terms of like weather, obviously there's states that don't have severe weather like a lot of the other states. So if you're looking into a weather event there, I'm getting like the Midwest would be safer. And then the second question is, will a cure be found for multiple sclerosis? And I'm getting a no on that. So that was that question, Ronan. Thank you.
All right, Elena, go ahead.
Hi. Hi, Les and Ronan. This is Elena. How are you?
Hi, good. Thank you.
My question is, lately I feel kind of uneasy and I just feel like something negative or something bad is going to happen. So, and I'm having problems making decisions, but it's not me, but I feel a little unease, and I wonder if my guys can tell me what's going on or why I'm feeling this way. I'm not sure if something with my family is gonna happen or I don't know. So or just the energies, negative energies, like you said, they're coming our way. I don't know. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here, Elena. And I think I text you back, but if I haven't, I will. I'm
Yeah.
trying to work it out. So for you, there's a lot of anxiety. I'm getting from your father a lot of anxiety, and you're just waiting for the next big event. I feel like the news from about your brother and also his wife is very shocking to you. Your mother is, I don't feel that you are actually like an earthquake or a major natural catastrophe. You're also very sensitive to energy. And right now, guys, the energy is actually very terrible worldwide. We've been in this, uh, economic state for far too long. We have just, the war is still going on. In fact, we probed the war this morning. It just doesn't feel like there's going to be an end in sight. I know that Putin is not going to give up, and it's basically really down to us and other countries funding the Ukraine. We're not going to stop funding the Ukraine. There's just so much so many bad things going on. We've got lots of crimes taking place, lots of looting. It's not surprising that people are picking up on this big like mushroom cloud event, and there's a group out there, and yeah, they're a good group, but they put that mushroom cloud out about 3 or 4 times a year because fear is a big selling point for them too. So maybe subconsciously they do that, but I'm not getting that. So I would just actually focus on your anxiety, and I would ask your team to really reveal what those emotions are and try to release those emotions, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Okay. Kind of. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
have no idea how to put people's hands down or mute and unmute. Okay.
I do it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Because, really, I just don't even know what to do now. Ronan's not here. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
let me go across. I've got everybody at the top here. If you guys have already asked a question, please put your hand down. All right. So let's go to Stephanie here. Stephanie, are you there, Stephanie?
Yes, are you talking about me?
I'm talking about you, girl.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hi Liz, how are you?
Well, tell us how you've been this weekend.
I have been great. One thing that I'm celebrating today is this is my 1 week of sobriety. So I've been celebrating that today.
Excellent. And you know that our entire group is standing behind you. That
Yes,
is
I do.
huge for you.
Yes, and I feel it, and I sense it, and I appreciate it, and I cry about it, and I'm just so grateful.
And you can't ever go back. You just
I can't.
If you
Nope.
go back, you're starting at square one. It's kind of like, a diet.
Yes.
I go on a diet every week. Okay. Because most of you know, like I had a child right before COVID hit, 2 weeks before the hospitals were filled with COVID. I put on 60 pounds with that pregnancy. And do you think I can lose a pound? Yeah, occasionally. But I start my diet every week, and by 2 days later, it's like, okay, now I'm back to square one again because I've totally screwed it up. So
I feel the struggle.
It's the same thing with sobriety. You just have to persevere. Sobriety is obviously very harder than losing weight. Anyway, sweetie, what's your question?
So, on my journey that I've been on with this whole journey, I have come across many, many people. Like you said, there's just so many people backing me up right now in my life. That has, through you and just through other avenues and stuff like that. But I've met this one person in my class that you might even know. I'm not sure. But we have connected on a level that is just phenomenal. We're both blown away with what we've come across. So we're both wondering if we have been connected, either our souls are connected or like maybe in a previous life somehow. I guess that's my question. But we spent 2 hours yesterday, and we're just blown away by each other. So we're really, really curious about this.
Wow. What's their first name?
Her name is Lori.
Lori?
Yes.
It's not the blind lady, is it?
No.
It is?
No, it is not.
No. Okay. I was like, wow. Okay.
No, not her.
Lori. Yes. I found her.
Okay.
You have been connected in many past lives. And you know what? She's always been a pet. That when I look into your past lives, Lori has always been either a cat or a bird, or even, like little kids collect like crickets and, oh, I'm going to bring this cricket home. This is my new best friend. Or lightning bugs. You know what it's like. You got kids. And I see that she's always the one to come along to support you.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like this will now be a lifelong friendship in this lifetime. She in previous lifetimes always found you when you were younger, but this lifetime you needed to experience what I'm getting from your aunt is you needed to experience the full range of hitting rock bottom several times in order for her then to come in and make a difference. So she always comes in just at the right time, and now is the right time. You guys will be lifelong friends.
I feel that.
Awesome.
I feel that.
Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here. If you could mute yourself, please, because I don't actually know how to do that. Sorry, my
thank
co-host.
You so much.
Thank you. My co-host or my main host is left. All right. So I see a Karen. Presumably, this is a different Karen to the one we had earlier. And I've asked to unmute. And there you go. Hi, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. How can I help you?
Well, I'm in the real estate business, and I'm going through some kind of flux. They're doing all kinds of changes in my office, and I want to know if my job is secure at least for the next 3 years, or if it's time to look for something else.
It's time to look for something else.
Oh dear.
I'm getting that very strongly. No, you've got to find something, and I would start looking now. Okay. I feel like for whatever reason, I don't know why I feel like big corporate has come in and taken this over. What does that mean?
Well, we had 2 floors in our office, and they now removed the top floor and made everybody come to the first floor. It was a corporate decision, and it's underway right now, and they've taken away my office and made me the receptionist, kind of. So things are happening. Everything's changed, and it's been so fast. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Well, and you're no longer valued. Okay. And it's not just you, it's everybody. They're number crunching, and there's no value to the actual person there. It's actually, where can we cut and where can we save and who can we cut? And I feel that your job is pretty much on the line. There's no job security there. If somebody dare make a wrong move, I feel like they're going to get the chop. Okay. So I would say I would look immediately.
Okay. That's too bad. Not what I wanted to hear, but I
know,
grateful
sweetie,
I
but
asked that
it's the
question.
truth. It's
Okay.
the truth. A lot of times people come to Liz and they're like, Liz, I met the man of my dreams. And we've gone out on 2 dates. And I know he's the one. And I'm like, okay, let me have a picture. Let me have a look at him. Oh, right. Him, he's the porn addict. Right. So this is going nowhere. No, Liz, you're wrong. You're wrong. Well, 6 weeks into the relationship, she finds out. So yeah, it's better to always know the truth. Truth is very empowering, and you guys always have to look for the truth. Okay, so I'm going to take a question off the email. Taylor has a question and says, "This is so exciting, Liz." Well, thank you. I'm excited too. My question is, how do I guarantee I will be a success in my new business? Wow. Okay. It's a commercial cleaning company. I feel like it is going to be a success for you. Okay. I don't know if you're here tonight. I can't seem to scroll through and find you. But anyway.
Hey, Liz, I'm here.
Here she is. Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I love you.
Thank you. Well, I love you too. So it is going to be a success. Your biggest problem is marketing and getting your name out there, getting references. It's going to take a couple years to build it up, but then you're going to be so busy you won't have time to think, and you'll be turning away business. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. I'm actually just cleaning on my first job right now as we speak. So it's still, super early baby stages, but I want to, make it something big.
You will.
So that's
and I feel like you'll have a team behind you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, sweetie. Thank you. If you could mute yourself, please, ma'am, because I lost the will to figure all that out a long time ago. A bit like one of our souls we had in the CTT once. My soul packed up and left. No, that isn't a walk-in. Okay, no, I'm not saying that was a pretense for a walk-in. Okay, Manu, please unmute yourself.
Hi, Liz. Again,
hi. How are you? Thank you.
I'm actually doing well. Thank you very much. First of all, I wanted to thank you for hosting this evening. It's really amazing that you do this. Even though it's on a short notice, I really appreciate you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for Ronan. I'm grateful for Owen, and I'm grateful for Mary Beth, who have collaborated with all of them. I wanted to ask. Let me start by saying that, as you're probably aware, I was sick for a while, and my spiritual adventure journey started after I started healing. And over time, I've started to fall sick periodically, every now and then. But every time I fall sick and I get treatment, I realize I have certain abilities in myself. This is after connecting with you for a year and doing CTT with you every Monday. I have started to open up abilities in myself. So right now I feel like I'm drinking from a fire hose. There's a lot of things coming from a lot of different directions, right? So I wanted to ask you, I'm actually going out, I'm trying this new venture, and I've invited my brother-in-laws to come along with this journey for me, because I want to be successful and I want them to enjoy the success with me, my family, to enjoy it, extended family. Am I doing the right thing there? My soul, I feel like I have connection with my higher self, and my higher self is telling me, just keep doing it because you're doing all the right things.
You are. Okay. But what you have to understand is not everyone will be on this journey with you. I'm not talking about people kicking the bucket, okay? I'm talking about people that self-sabotage, they have their own blockages, that, they can't come to terms with this level of information. I mean, you guys are like high-level people, right? Everybody in this room today, everybody listening out there, you're high level. You're not, doing celebrity gossip, although I quite like doing that, right? But at the end of the day, we're trying to figure out what this is. Why are we here? What are we doing here? You will be very successful in your spiritual journey. I think it's going to take time. And all you can do is allow people to have the opportunity to go on that journey with you. If they choose to not be on that journey, you have to realize it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them and their own blockages. So what I'm getting is ultimately the answer is not everybody will stay on the journey with you. Okay. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Thank you. And I'm glad you're doing better. If you could mute yourself, please. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Okay, so another question is from another Susan. Am I meant to further pursue being a healer? And if so, what are the ways I can learn or prepare myself for this path? Susan, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Yay! I'm so glad you guys know how to work the room. Hi, Susie. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Liz. Thanks for everything you do.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, so am I meant to further pursue being a healer? Okay, so here's the thing. You are a herbalist. Okay, I'm getting that very strongly. That's where your strength lies. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Is that something you do on a regular basis?
No, but I'm learning more about it.
Ah, you are going to work your magic with it. I tell you, you are top notch. This is where you are really, really purposeful. You're going to educate people. You're going to put loads of things together, and you're also going to create new blends and that are very healing. So I hope that gives you some clarity.
Yeah. Is there anything specific I should do to do more, learn more, or just go with that?
So I'm getting that the best way is to connect yourself to nature as much as possible, because you, in order to be the most successful, sorry, I say herbalist because in the UK we pronounce our H's at the front of that word, right? So everybody's gonna say, Liz, you mispronounced the word. No, I say herbalist. You need to really be one with nature, barefoot in the woods, grounding, protecting yourself, asking for insights and guidance, and allowing the insights and the information to flow into you. Trust the nature and the natural order of the universe is what I'm getting for you.
Okay, so I think a move is in order. I live in a big city, so okay, thanks.
Oh, let's ask, are you going to be moving? Which city are you in?
I'm in Montreal in Canada.
Ah, okay. Will you be moving outside of? I don't think you're not going to move. I just feel that you need to spend time out there as much as possible in nature. But actually, it's more beneficial if you are in the city because you can then affect more people.
Okay, got it.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. If you could mute yourself, please, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, now, Shayla, I would like my mother, Jeannie, her opinion about how we are handling our finances for after Daddy passes. Okay. Shayla, are you here, sweetie? She may not be here. If you are, just unmute yourself. So what I'm getting is, yes, it's still in a financial mess. I feel like you've had some difficult conversations since we last spoke, and those were necessary, but they were met with a lot of abrupt, responses and very dismissive, almost like you're meddling in my affairs. These things really have to be sorted out. And the way to maybe sort it out again is that appointment with the lawyer. Now, I think I remember you said he was going to the lawyer, but I don't feel that that was very productive, is what I'm getting from your mother. And you're going to have to be firm. Okay. He has a very strong personality. He's old, he's feisty, and you're going to have to really work on him in many, many directions. If this is not sorted out properly, every I dotted, every T crossed, you guys are going to be in a hell of a mess when your dad passes. I don't feel he's going anywhere soon, but I do feel that he is going to get, obviously he's going to deteriorate, and he's not the kind of man that like takes getting old lightly, right? He's going to become more obstructive. So I hope that gives you an answer. All right, so the next one, Cookie. All right, let's see. I think I've asked you to unmute. There you go. Hi, Cookie.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can. I love that name, Cookie. What's your favorite kind of cookie?
Chocolate, a chocolate chip.
Of course.
But it's my nickname my niece gave me. But I'm basically looking for financial help. That's why I joined the Patreon, and I'm trying to follow the CTT. I seem to think I'm getting punished, quite literally, for every decision I make. It's always a decision between a bad decision and a worse decision. And the first time I even did the CTT, I had a big financial issue, and I had to make a bad decision compared to another bad decision, and I lost my pet. So it just seems like I feel no matter how much I scream into the ether that I've had enough, I don't know what else to do. So
why is your soul putting you through the ringer? And this has been your life pattern. This is nothing new.
it isn't, and I feel like it's like a soul thing, and I'd like to know how I can fix it. And that's why I joined CTT, to try to get help, because I can't, I'm like losing my mind with all the issues.
And I'm glad you've joined the group, because you know what? People that have stuck in that group, well, most of them that have stayed, I mean, they've been doing it for well over a year. They have profound results. They can't miss out on their Monday morning healing, right? You start to get a lot more clarity, and things do unravel. Okay. I must put in an asterisk here. When you're doing the CTT, okay, your results may not always be tremendous. What do you mean, Liz? Well, I'll tell you. We call it the fallout, particularly with the past life sessions. You can have what George Duisman used to call is the fallout, the big reveal. And those of you that have done past life sessions, that has happened many times. I've had it happen to me, the big reveal. And what usually happens is you have to have these events come forward in order for these things to be unraveled, and you can start on your healing process. So anybody that comes to the CTT and you end up with a big whammy afterwards, just know that, yeah, see, somebody just put, to see them is to heal them. And just know when you get to the other side of this trauma, this event, you are going to be a much better person. Your consciousness will expand, and you will be going forward. Now, that leads me to something else I just need to tell you all. Today, during a CTT session, one of the members of our group, so you're all so smart. She's freaking smart too. I just, all of us, we're so clever. Like, this is not like low intelligence TV, right? This is like super high intelligence, like trying to live in this crazy world. And everybody I come across in the group or on the Patreon, I mean, we're like high intelligence. Okay. So thank you all. She says, Liz, if everything is predetermined, and the only way we can expand our consciousness is by processing difficult emotions that go on inside, was that already predetermined as well? And I actually got a no. So the overall message is we're in a game, okay? And if you think of every traumatic event, every traumatic event is a mathematical equation, right? Because it's energy. And we're doing an exchange. We're doing mathematical, back and forth all the time with energy. We're processing, we're throwing out the joy, we're taking in the dark, the lack of self-worth, the lack of this. I'm going to get to you, Cookie, don't worry. And we're going through all of these mathematical processes that's going on inside of our brains, inside of our bodies. And now what we have to do is we have to process. Well, when we're going through and tackling these difficult emotions, we're processing them. So that's another mathematical equation. And when you get to the other side of that mathematical equation, you've managed to solve it properly. Okay, you have a better understanding. You have an expansion of consciousness. Okay, so the actual processing that we do in this lifetime is not predetermined. Okay, the events are. So the next question was, well, does that mean that if we process something, the next events will go away? No, but it means that those next events coming in on the timeline, right, and bringing trauma and chaos into your life, eventually, if you keep processing, okay, you're going to look at things differently, and you'll be able to take things differently. You'll have a greater understanding as to why these things are happening. And at some point, if you do a lot of processing and you're really vibrating on this very high equation, right, you'll actually start showing gratitude towards these traumatic experiences. Okay, now I know that's very difficult. I understand that, but that's what's going on. Okay, back to Cookie. Your soul is very stubborn. I'm tuning into your soul now, and I'm saying to your soul, what are you doing to Cookie? She has to learn. What does she have to learn? That life is different. I'm not making it easy. So your soul keeps purposefully designing these lifetimes where it's just one struggle after the other. Okay. And the soul is digging its heels in. It says, no, we don't care about money. So the soul has this concept, and this is nothing unusual. Okay. A lot of souls, they don't care about money at all. They have no idea. They're just worried about the spiritual growth and on the earth plane. Your money struggles are your problem. And so a lot of times souls say that, and that's exactly what your soul is saying now. And I'm saying, look, you've got to let up a little bit here, because what's going on, Cookie can't even continue on her spiritual journey with all of these difficulties. And he says, Liz, I just say he, yeah, it's not gender specific. Don't have the LGBTQ woke people coming after me, because I just said he. So your soul just said to me, but that's what makes her keep striving, because you strive for more. Every time you're faced with a difficult situation, and you're right, your choices are between bad and, worse, right? So it's not like, is this a good decision? No, it's between bad and worse. And your soul believes that that is optimal for you to maximize your life lessons here on the earth plane. So this is what I would do. You're coming to the CTT, you're learning how to tap. You'll eventually learn how to get the script, how to do the tapping. And I want you to send love and gratitude to your soul and say to the soul, we've got to start working on the same page here, because the reality is, in this lifetime, I have to have money, and I can't function, and I'm going to have a breakdown, because I actually feel, Cookie, that you're on the verge of a breakdown. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to lose my house with all the issues that are going up. And it's not my choice. I had no decision in the matter. So I'm struggling.
I don't feel you're going to lose your house.
Without the money, I will. So I'm stressful and it needs fixed up. And it's like I can't do anything without money.
I understand.
So
I understand. This is where you've got to, your soul is really like reining you in. Okay. And it keeps you on this path. I feel like you have many battles with your soul.
yeah, I yell at him.
Yeah. So your conscious mind is trying to go one way and the soul is reining you back in. And here's another problem. Okay. That's what's going on with you. So just keep going to the CTT and we'll try and work it out tomorrow. The agenda or the whatever you want to call it, the thing that we're going to work on, the theme is processing difficult emotions. A lot of us have buried a lot of difficult emotions, and we're going to try and tackle those tomorrow. So thank you, Cookie. I hope that helps you. Just keep, we're all here for you. So please just know that you have group support. If you could mute yourself. Oh, I think I managed to do it. I think I had Sandy already. Maybe not. Did I? Let's see. We'll soon find out. Sandy, are you there? Is anybody there? I love that joke that Owen does, by the way. All right. Sandy, are you there? Nope, I don't hear anything from Sandy. Sorry, Sandy. We'll come back. Sonia, there you go. I've asked you to unmute. Are you there?
I am. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, darling. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing really great. It's so nice to hear your voice.
Thank you.
My whole family is really tuning into you now, and I want to thank you very much for the spiritual awakening that we are all having.
Oh, well, you're so nice. I'm like, you mean to tell me people actually listen to this stuff that I spout out on YouTube? You've got to be kidding me. Like, I don't ever want to hear my voice or my videos. It's just so weird to me. I don't even think about it. To be honest with you, like, my ego is so small. I just like, oh wow, that's so amazing to me when somebody actually like listens to anything I have to say. So thank you so much. I wish my kids would listen. I really do. Do you know they never listen to me? But anyway.
Oh,
I'm not talking about spiritually. I'm talking about like pick up the floor, put your toys away,
yeah.
eat your vegetables.
Yeah. That's normal. That's normal. I've got 3 grown kids now, so I can tell you every bit of it is normal and they'll come around. So don't lose hope.
Okay. Thank you. Well, how can I help you?
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so I have a Reiki class with Mr. Robot coming up at the end of the week. I have a class coming up on mediumship, and I really want to get busy into the spiritual realm. I want to get busy. I want to get busy. So
you want to get busy.
I want to get busy. I want to get busy. So I'm not quite sure yet. I know you're supposed to try a little bit of everything to figure out where your area of giftedness is, but I was wondering if you could save me some time by telling me.
Okay. I don't know if this will resonate with you. I'm getting psychic artist.
Oh.
Do you draw and sketch?
I haven't since I was a kid.
But you're very good at it.
Yeah, I was then.
And you still are now. You know what? I wish I could do that. I would love to be able to sketch and draw like the downloads that I receive. It is a really special skill. If you can master that skill, people, I mean, they love receiving pictures of their guides, pictures of their loved ones in spirit. I feel that's where your strength is. Pets that come through, And you know, guys, I know remote viewing is a lot of hard work. It's not easy. And learning, you know, I started out the same courses that Owen's doing, right? I knew I was a psychic medium prior, okay? But I started out in those same circles, those same courses in London, and I learned so much. And then I found remote viewing. And remote viewing just like was a rocket going into space. I mean, remote viewing, guys, will teach you where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are. I can't say enough about it. The problem is everybody goes to remote viewing and they think, wow, okay, this is it. This is it. I'm going to be psychic. I'm going to be this. I'm going to learn this. And then they're asked to draw an ideogram. And they're like, oh my God, this is so awful. Wait, what? I've got to learn this now? No. And a lot of people fade out. They don't follow through with it. And I, hand on heart, I stuck to it. Guys, I studied remote viewing intently, and I still do. I never stopped studying remote viewing. I'm on all the Facebook groups, all the pages, right? They hate me when I comment because I start, you know, picking through some of their stuff. I'm on all of that, and I learned from all of that. So for you, Sonia, I'm getting that psychic artist, and you'll get an imagery come through and you'll be able to sketch it. So I hope that helps you.
That is awesome. Thank you very much. I was afraid you were going to say being an herbalist. And I just don't have the memory for learning all those herbs.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like highbrow, like really intense studying, doing that, right?
Totally, totally. Well, thank you, hon. Much love your way.
Thank you. She's my soul sister from the South. All right. Wow. I think I've only got one more hand up. All right. Sandy, are you there? She changed her picture to horses, so I'm presuming she was letting me know she was there. Sandy, are you there? We can't hear you. Oh, goodness me.
Sandy, you're unmuted, but we still can't hear you.
Oh, Ronan, you're back.
I've returned.
How you just sounded like a captain flying a plane then. I've returned. This plane will be landing in approximately 10 minutes. Oh, Lord. No, I have not been drinking tonight. Okay.
Do I have to be a psychic medium? No, absolutely not. You don't have to be psychic at all. You can be anybody and not do anything. You don't need to be a psychic or medium for remote viewing. D. Thank you for the question. Sandy, can you say anything? Can you speak? Sandy, are you there? Your microphone is not functioning, unfortunately. Did you get ET? ET had questions that they emailed me about.
Oh, ET? Oh, no, I didn't get to ET.
Okay, ET, if you can unmute yourself and then speak your goodness.
Hello, Liz. Hello, Ronan. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my God, you're broadcasting from space.
I am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Somebody just said, call home.
Call home. It's cute. So, okay. So what is my true vocation? What is like my true career, I guess? Because like I'm so stuck. I'm so stuck right now.
Let me go into a past life. Okay. Let's go in. I'm going to go into a past life. Oh my God.
Oh,
you were a coconut.
I was a coconut. You know what? I love anything coconut. I love.
Oh my
For
God.
real. Anything coconut, I love it.
Well, that's why, because you were once a coconut. You were a coconut tree. And I'm saying, what can you tell us about the lifetime of the tree? And you're telling me You would always try to brave and weather the storms. You're showing me like your leaves would get battered and go flying, and coconuts would go flying, but you always wanted to provide for people, and you always wanted to nurture people, and you were really proud that you were able to do that. Okay, so I'm moving into this lifetime, and I'm saying, what is it? You're here to serve. You're here to serve people. What is it you do right now?
Well, I just work for a firm. And so I just do like phones, and that's about it. So yeah, like it's not like a very exciting job, I guess.
No, and it's eating your soul.
It is, Liz. It is.
Okay. You got to put yourself in a place where you serve and care for people. That's your calling. Okay? That's what I'm getting so strongly. I don't think, are you squeamish? Because I'm getting you're a little squeamish around like needles and all that.
I'm very squeamish around needles.
Okay. But physical therapist, okay?
Okay.
I feel like that's where you're, because it's fitness related and health related as well. And I feel like physical therapists, helping people, massage as well, I'm getting for you. You're there to serve people and make them feel nourished. Okay. Just like the coconut tree. Now, the coconut tree ended up having to face like a hurricane condition. This is going back thousands of years. A hurricane condition, and it like battered and bruised you, and you eventually fell down. That's how you met your death as a coconut tree. But you always strive and you take great pride in serving and helping others.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, I will look into that. Do you see when I could make this major change in my career?
Next year.
Okay, next year. All right. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Ronan.
You're welcome. On the Patreon, Ritu says, sadly, she's not able to attend. She's so nice. Can you answer if I'll be able to conceive a baby by the end of the year? I'm actually getting a no on that, but I don't want you to lose faith. And I also want you to try fertility sticks. What are those, Liz? Well, I'll tell you, because they're like the best kept secret. Fertility sticks are those little things, and you use them every day, and it will tell you when you're ovulating. So try using those fertility sticks. That's not psychic information. That's just my own personal experience. I used them. They always work for me. Okay. The next question, Phoenix and Domingo. I'm an intuitive but untrained. My perceptions are all over the place, and I have to mentally turn it off. Okay, Ronan, I know what your answer is going to be. How do you control your intuitive ability? And the answer is
take my course.
Exactly. Remote viewing. It teaches you how to control it. So yeah, that's the best way. Now this is going into a really more personal part. Lost 2 sons in the past 7 years. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've heard from the older one, who is my best friend, but not from the younger one who died 22 months ago. I would suggest that you email me a picture of your younger son, and I try and channel it for you. Okay, next one. Jacqueline, curious to know if my personal injury lawsuit will go in my favor. And if so, when is it expected to settle? I think it's going to be a problem. I think they're going to drag it out as long as possible. You're not going to get the amount that you are anticipating, but you will get something. And I think, Lynn, I did an effort on the marketing part based on what you told me before. It was about a book. She's very intelligent, guys. You guys got to check out Lynn on the Discord. She wrote a book of how children can use AI to help them advance in their homework, something like that. Don't quote me. Would love to know that my book, and there's another book, she's a teacher, Situ's Journey into the World of Emotions, that will be published since today, will do in terms of sales. I feel like it's going to be slow to start, but eventually it's going to pick up speed. So it's slow to start, but don't lose faith. It will pick up. All right. Somebody says, I'm considering a medical malpractice claim. Will this be resolved in my favor? That's a negative. No, that
The
will
lawyer's
not.
favor, yes. Your favor, no.
Yeah, I don't see that. I feel like there's so many hoops to jump through to prove medical malpractice, and you won't be able to meet all those legal standards. Okay, so I feel, we're getting close to the end here, folks. I think I've answered everybody's question. I hope so. If not, I'm very sorry. Please do not hold it against me. Please, I'm begging you. We can do Rebel Yell. Let's see. I was waiting for you to unmute her, but you're on it, but I forgot. Let's see. Unmute Rebel. Rebel, are you there? We can't hear you if you're talking,
Rebel, speak, please.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there she is. Rebel Yell. Hello.
Okay. So, quick question. October 4th, FEMA has it on their website that they're going to do their EBS system test nationwide to cell phone, TVs, and radio, whatever. There's a lot of fear surrounding this, and people are wondering if like they should turn off their cell phone, their laptops, their TVs, put them like in in Faraday cages or bags or whatever. Is there any truth to that where the signal that they're going to broadcast is basically going to turn like our bodies, like those that have been, jabbed into like, I don't know, zombies, or turn something on that would cause issues in the bodies, even those that are not vaccinated? So we were just wondering if there's any truth to that, or if there's any worries that anything that we need to kind of do to mitigate it if it's true.
Okay. You can put your stuff in a Faraday bag if that makes you feel better. However, it's unnecessary. It's not anything to cause interference. This is a testing of the alert system. And I got that information psychically. Now I'm going to give you my experience. When I worked for the police, the emergency services, we have to do this, right? Why? Well, because look at Hawaii. Everybody has come out with all these theories. Liz, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Okay. But here's the problem with Hawaii. The problem was they didn't test the system properly. The problem was they didn't know if their alert system worked. The problem was they never did drills that they're supposed to, police, fire, and medical, all coordinating. When I worked for the police for many, many years, folks, in a very large city, London, 10 plus million people, okay? We constantly had to test the alert system. We constantly had to do these drills. Police, fire, and medical, even the military would come in case there was ever a mass fire, a terrorist attack, a pandemic, a bioweapon, okay? These are the things that responsible places, no matter how big or small, should be testing for, practicing for, and preparing for on a regular basis. So when crisis does strike, okay, everybody's prepared. Now, in Hawaii, right, what do we see? The conditions are dry, outdated electricity poles, okay, even though people pay an absolute fortune to live out there, they pay a fortune in taxes. Now, I know there's a problem, and a lot of Hawaiians, they don't like being part of America. I get it. Okay. I understand that concept. Then there's the problem with all the developers moving in, trying to move them off their land. I get that too. Okay. Honest to God, I've done so many readings out of Hawaii. I get that too. But the big issue is that your tax dollars are supposed to fund these constant drills, constant preparation. You know, what if there is a wildfire? What if there's a mass shooting? Officers have to train for that all the time. Fire trucks, they have to train for any event. Then they do cross services drills. So that includes everybody, and the hospitals get involved as well. So everybody knows how to react in a major situation. This is just testing the alert system. And with everything going on with Russia right now, you know, we're at a war. We got nuclear facilities in the Ukraine. The electricity's being cut half the time. You know, those nuclear reactors have to stay a certain temperature. Okay, if a missile gets, you know, lost or logged to a different coordinate, I don't blame them for sending out this mass preparation. So no, it's nothing to be scared of. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you so much, because there's
Well, you're
so
welcome.
many
And
there's so many fear around us. So I'm just making sure that, you know, I understand it, and like the people, you know, on the call and whoever's listening, you know, they know they don't need to fear.
yeah, and I'm telling you guys, listen, when that bombing happened in London, 7/7, okay, I was there. We were so well coordinated because we had these drills all the time. So when the trains are being bombed, I'm actually down in central London. I left early, thank God, because the tube that I was supposed, you know, that I would have been on, if I would have left at the right time, I would have been bombed. Okay. I left early because I don't like rush hour. I don't like smelling somebody's armpit standing up in an old sweaty subway. And so I went into town, and there you go. The bomb went off, and several bombs went off because it was a coordinated attack between many terrorists. And we knew how to react immediately. We had trained for this so many times. And that whole thing in Hawaii is purely down to a lack of training. What are they doing with the money? They're getting the tax money. Where is it going? And, you know, if anybody knows anything about Hawaii, the government from the top down is corrupt. You know, they keep the natives down. I get everything that the natives feel. I understand that, but you have to prepare. So this is just a preparation, and it's all good. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think we got everybody, Ronan. Oh, Keisha. Oh, wait a minute. We got Keisha. Hold on. Here she is. Keisha.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Good. Okay, so I would like to know, as I told you before, I decided to go to esthetician school next year. But I just have a feeling that when I do go to the school and I complete it, something else is gonna take place. Like, I'm thinking healing, some sort of healing or something that I'm also get into as well. Do you see that?
Yes. Okay. So here's the deal. That type of vocation is perfect for what you can do. Okay. Why, Liz? Well, let me tell you, because you're going to come into contact with so many people. You're going to have a list of clients like you would never believe, and they will put their faith and trust in you because they know you already. And therefore, you're going to naturally gravitate to this type of work. I actually don't think it's going to be healing right off the bat. I think it's going to be reading people. But slowly over time, you're going to get better and better, and then you'll just naturally do it. So really, you are in the top-notch position to meet people. You know what? Somebody said to me, Liz, the best way for you to get your name out there, this is before Craig came along, those of you that have been around long enough to know who Craig was. The best way to get your name out there is to become an Uber driver in a big city and just give readings while you're transporting, while you're driving tourists around, you know, and just slip them a card. And I was like, you know what? That's a fabulous idea. And I thought, yeah. And most other vocations that come into contact with a lot of people on a very sociable level, which is what you'll be doing, that would be perfect in order to get your name and your business out there. So that's what I'm getting for you. You're all good. You're going places. It's all good. It's all happening.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you're
Congrats.
welcome. Thank you.
Kim,
All
go
right.
ahead.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. My question is, I need clarity on a vocation, my new chapter in life. Gone through a lot of heck and high water, but I'm going to start over.
Okay, so have you already entered this new chapter yet?
No,
Okay, what is it you're doing at the moment?
I'm on disability. I was a minister. I am a minister. I do readings. I'm metaphysical minister. Did readings. I do a lot of healing, energy work type stuff, and took 10 years off. My back gave me hell and high water. I couldn't walk for 3 months. My mother, a lot of death in my family, cancer seemed to eradicate my immediate family members. And I just went into a mental shutdown for 10 years.
Yes.
So now it's time for me to get up and do something.
So that's very normal reaction. If your life is in turmoil, guys, you can forget about the healing, the readings. You know, you have to deal with the immediate, which is exactly what Kim, you've done. But I feel like there's so many blockages now because you've been through so much trauma. It's going to take a while to get it back. Now, on your path, this is supposed to happen. And the reason it's supposed to happen, it's because it's going to transition you into another sort of modality that you're going to learn. And I really, really strongly am being led to BQH, for you.
BQH.
BQH, Beyond Quantum Healing, QHHT. There's actually a practitioner in the room, if she's still here. And if you guys could hook up in the chat and you give Kim some information about what BQH, QHHT is, that's where I feel that you're going to have to open up. And I also feel you're going to have to go through a process of removing your own blockages, because that's very this standing in the way. There's so many obstacles now. So and part of that is so that your soul has guided you basically to this new modality. So I would check out the BQH, QHHT. That's what I'm getting.
Okay, I definitely will. Thank you so much. And who am I supposed to contact for the?
Is Deb? Are you here, Deb?
Deb.
She should be here.
I
know
don't see her.
You don't see her? Is Deb here?
Nope.
Maybe she's gone. If you come to the CTT tomorrow, or if you're on the Discord, Debbie usually comes to the CTT, but if you're on the Discord, you just let me give you her Discord name.
Sure.
Discord, because she knows more about it. It is intensive training. Okay. I get emails all the time. Liz, I want to be just like you. You know how much work this took for me to get to this point. So
yes, Can't Stop, Won't Stop said quantumhealers.com BQH. Find one near you and just see what resonates with you as a healer. I look at their pictures and read about them and see which one works.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
everybody.
Kim. Thank you, my love. Bye.
Liz, are you tired? I thought you were tired.
Getting very tired, and I have to put my kids to bed.
That's right.
Let's take one more.
All right. Sandy, can you get your thing to unmute, maybe? Sandy tried really hard earlier to get her thing to unmute, and then she was having no success and still not having any success. Sandy, say something. so close. I see it's unmuted.
No, we're not getting anything. I'm
It's a
sorry.
block. We're sorry, Sandy. Judith, go ahead real quick.
Oh, hi. Hi, Liz. Hi, Ronan. Oh,
Judy!
hello. Okay, I'm going to change my question. I had one in the email, but I was just thinking, I've lived here for 30 years in the UK. I'm originally from California. And in the beginning, all my teachers and, spiritual teachers were here. And now it seems like it's shifting. Everyone's in America.
Oh, right. Yeah. Where are you?
I'm in London, near Kentish Town.
Oh,
Right.
Liz is
Near
excited.
Kentish Town. Ooh,
Yeah.
yes. You were only down the tube. Well, actually, you were on the other side.
Yeah.
I was on the different
Kilburn.
part of
Yeah.
I was on the other strand of the Northern Line. So you know
Yeah.
how it splits, right? And then it goes Kentish
Yep.
Town. I'm on the Hendon side. I'm a Hendon girl.
Oh, yeah.
You need to go and connect with Owen. He goes to all the spiritualist churches. You
Yeah.
can connect with Acton Spiritualist Church. That's my favorite. You can tell them Liz sent you. Liz from America sent you. They know me there.
I will. Yeah.
You
But
can
I was just
connect.
wondering why I'm so drawn now back to the States.
Oh, is she going to move back
And
to the
the
States?
teachers and everybody in the States. And yeah, it just seems like a big shift that way.
Why are you in the UK to begin with?
My husband is British and he wanted to move here 30 years ago. So
What?
I'm
He's
here.
gone in reverse. You
I
gonna
know.
what? It's usually the other way.
I know. And now my daughter's moved to LA 9 years ago. She's
Right.
born here.
Look, so we worked for the old Bill. You know what that means.
Yes, I do.
And I had my first son, and I had like 7 months maternity leave, and then I had to go back to work. We worked like a dog for the old Bill, and I said
Yeah.
to my husband, I'm like, I'm leaving, right? I said, we weren't even married. I had a son. That's a whole other story as well, because I wanted to be an unwed mother in the
Yep.
UK, so I could just, you know what I'm talking about, take my baby up to the American embassy, get his American
Yep.
citizenship, and so we delayed all that. And
Yeah.
and I told him, I was like, you know what? I'm leaving. I am not working 60 hours a week, opposite shifts. What kind of life is this? I'm not. There's nowhere for my son to play. You know, Hendon, right? There's nowhere
Yeah.
for us to play. Nowhere.
That's
No,
right.
I'm going
Yeah.
home. I'm going home where I have land and I can breathe. And he
Yeah.
said, I'm never leaving London. And I said, okay, that's fine. I am. See ya. And and
You are
I
me
to
in
my mom and
reverse.
dad, and I said, book me. I'm coming home. I'm going to go back to the States. I'm bringing up my son there. And I said, book me a ticket because I'm coming home. And then my husband's like, oh, wow, she really is serious. Now we've come back here. He would never go back to live in London, especially not with what's going on over there now. Anyway, that's not your question. The question is, am I going to move back to the States? And yes, you are.
Okay.
I think economically, it would be more feasible for you.
Yeah. That's what I
And
was thinking.
you got to move back, sister. You got
Okay.
to. I mean, without going into the whole rigmarole of the NHS, the crumbling city, the high cost of living, the council's going bankrupt, you can't get a doctor's appointment, you can't get seen in the hospital. I mean, and on and on and on and on. The UK is crumbling. And we
Yeah.
did a probe earlier on in the week, me and Mr. Shakespeare, and he acknowledged it's going to take 4 generations to sort out the current mess it's in.
I can understand that completely. Yeah. I can see that.
4 generations. That's a long time. Now
That's a long time.
and if he doesn't want to go, you just threaten to leave him. Do what I do. He won't leave. He won't let you
He
go.
won't. That's true.
he'll
Thanks,
go
Liz.
with you. You know what?
Yeah.
As you're going into, older years, not saying you're old, but you'll be
I
great
am.
if you come back, right? Because you know what it's like. My mother-in-law waited 7 years for a knee replacement. And my father-in-law waited 4 years for an x-ray on his shoulder.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
What if you broke
Yeah.
something? You'd be out of luck.
If you
Yeah.
have cancer, you're out of luck. You just die. You will die on that NHS waiting list, Ronan. And people want, oh, but it's free. It's free. And I'm like,
It's
but you
not
don't
free.
understand. A, it's not free. And B, it's like healthcare in a third world country. And I remember going to when I was pregnant over there, and there was like blood running down the wall, and they have me, a pregnant lady, in like a room, and I'm like, why is there blood running down the wall? When I had my baby over there,
Yeah.
I was in labor in a room with 4 other people.
So
And it
I
was
went
like,
to
it was terrible. Anyway, Judy, thank you for being here, love. It's late for you.
Yeah, it is. Thanks. I'm gonna go to bed now.
All right, love. Take care
thank you,
now.
Liz. We
All right,
appreciate it.
thanks.
We appreciate your time and you open this up to everybody. It's very kind of you. Everyone's very appreciative of your efforts, and thank you so much for allowing them to ask you some questions.
Well, thanks for being here, Ronan, and hosting, because I don't have a clue what I'm doing here. I'm like, do I do this button? Do I hit that button? It's not an easy job hosting. So yeah, thanks guys. And I'll see you guys bright and early, and you, Ronan, 9 a.m. Central for CTT. Thanks everyone. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. We really tried hard not to. So thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.